You can't clean them with just like a glasses cleaner. Like you need to use soap and water to clean glasses.
Get a good rinse, a good rinse.
Maybe I'll do that tomorrow.
Give
Get
them
a
a good
good
rinse.
soapy, a warm soapy water, and just give them a little one of these and just.
Dip them in. All
That's
right.
better.
One.
Leave smears like it's a proper glasses cleaner. Like it's built for glasses, but they don't like. Leave it under my monitor at the back.
Fuck, did I? I think I did.
What?
Oh, I'm just thinking now. Did I actually upload last week's episode to Spotify? I think I did. Oh, that's something for me to worry about, not for you guys. Anyway, what's up, beards and beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. I mean, if you get it, because I might not remember to upload, and then you won't actually get it, and it's just a thing. Oh fuck. I mean,
A lot happens during a week. That's why.
yeah. I mean, when oh well, I was gonna say when we kind of had it come and go now, when we could have worked this out, but
Yes.
when things
Are
come
you
up,
are you sunburnt?
is it sunburnt or is it my skin? Could be sunburnt. Could
Your
be.
whole face is red, and you look shiny.
That's just my skin. My skin does that. When I clean my skin properly, like it does that with my eczema. So it could be a
Oh
bit of both.
yeah.
So it could be my eczema, it could be sunburn. I don't know. My hands, my arms look pretty.
I think the camera does no favors.
No.
I think that's why. Like webcams, they're
Oh.
the worst thing.
But might say a good old happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone out there. We had that this week. We could have fallen onto it, but things happened and we didn't. Well, I mean,
They didn't know that.
I know I spoiled the illusion. This is not on St. Patrick's Day, or is it? Happy St. Patrick Day. I mean, I had my weekend away, so there's that there. Before we get any further into things, I don't want to get distracted. I want to give a big rip, R.I.P. to I forgot his name, Reddick. I know it was Reddick. What was his first? Oh, I forgot.
Lance Reddick.
Lance. It was Lance. Lance Reddick. My bad. We were talking about it
Oh my
beforehand.
god,
We
dang
were
it.
talking about it beforehand. I had a mind blank. I had a full mind blank because I was like, let's get onto it. Oh fuck, what's his name? Fucking brain farts.
Traveler and stuff. Like,
But yeah,
I
so
think his name wrong.
Zavala.
Zavala,
He voiced Zavala in was it Fortnite?
Destiny.
Destiny. Technically as a skin of Fortnite with no voice.
Silence in
Um,
Horizon. He did a
yep,
lot of things.
yep, and he played Wesker in that Resident Evil
He's also been
series.
Lost.
Lost. He
Which
did all
I...
kinds of stuff. Passed away age 60, unfortunately.
Yes.
Big rest in peace. And condolences go out to everyone over there, his family and all that, as always. Peace be
I
with you.
mean,
Praise be with you. Peace be with
fucking sucks. Everyone's going still.
you. Crazy. Crazy
But
time.
condolences to his friends and family and co-stars and whoever else. But
Mm.
it sucks.
He
It
just,
happens. I mean,
he just did John Wick,
yeah.
basically. And that drops
John
this week.
Wick.
This
Week? Yeah, this coming week.
Coming week, yeah.
Definitely, it's just, Sunday's
So,
a new week, so.
so it's a bit rough. So to pick things off, we'll move on in. Not to try and shove it out the way. So yeah, I mean, I had a bit of a busy weekend. We will come back to that anyway in a bit. I don't know how
Yes.
your weekend was. Pretty chill.
I just fall out of it.
He just fall out. Did.
There's no kind of, I just fall out. That's
Just
all.
fall out. You don't fall in.
No.
No.
I fall out.
Fall out. I'm drinking. Well, this week I might say I'm drinking some Mr. Finch, premium cider apple.
Did it go fizz? Or did not go fizz?
Did not go. What fizz? Maybe fizz. Semi fizz.
You said you dropped it, and I thought, was that one that went fizz?
No, that's not one of the ones I dropped.
Mine's back there. No, they're already open.
That's that's an old can, and then the one I had earlier when I was grabbing the
Ah.
ones out, and then yeah.
Just give me a good old tap.
So the other two are still in the fridge. The fizzed ones that mostly aren't fizzed now. They've been in there for a while now. So.
You never know. You might get just go.
Yeah.
Ah.
Ah! fucking in the eye. Kids send me
Fucking
invites to play
Mentos in there,
Fortnite. I ain't playing
in the
Fortnite.
alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, that'd be, that would taste weird.
Apple and Mentos. Apple mint. Minty apple.
Maple? Mentapple?
Maple. Mint apple. You've been to Metapolis?
Crabapple?
Metaple.
I mean, to kind of go through what we got this.
Apollos.
I mean, we don't normally go narrate out. I mean, this week we've got a lot of some Last of Us stuff. I know next week will be another Last of Us episode. If you are getting a bit tired of the Last of Us, we've only got another episode next week. We're doing our full recap next week of our, favorite moments and whatnot from that.
Yes.
So then you won't have to hear any more of Last of Us from us. That'll be the last from
Well,
us until.
it'll be like Marvel. Like, that's come up every episode. So Last one's come up every episode.
He had to find a way to bring up Marvel. He couldn't help himself. He had to be a
No, I was
dickhead.
just saying. That always comes up somewhere.
Come around, especially when we get more news when you get closer to season 2 stuff and whatnot's going on there. So
That's next year, I think, yeah.
we got a bunch of I've got a bunch of stuff here that I was interested in and going through.
So season 5 will be Last of Us. More things.
Because there's some stuff I talked about, I think, on the previous episode. Not the last one, the one before. I talked to you about some stuff, and there's some stuff.
On the
that's come
previous
up
what?
On the previous
The
episode
previous
of the podcast.
effort.
So there's a few things here that I'll go through here and read out. Like I've got some stuff here from that people talking here and there and different things and not. So we've got like so we've had the final episode, of course. That was fucking good. The last episode was great. I mean, we saw the few changes that they did compromise.
A bit quick.
It did pace a lot quicker. We thought we could have at least had like the last episode be a little bit longer. The fact that it was the finale, you think they could have done like a little bit more oomph.
It was only like
Still
40
good.
fucking minutes.
Yeah, it was a bit short. When was it? The longest episode was episode 3. That was the longest. Aaron something. Aaron 10. Aaron 20.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you had to give Bill and Frank their backstory, so...
I know, but that was the longest episode. You think we could have at least had the finale be long as well?
Yeah.
Because episode 3 was longer
About
than
the same,
part,
maybe. Like hour and a half.
And that's it. Like, because episode 1 we thought was like, was it 50 minutes long, and then episode 3 was an hour and 10 or something like that, hour and 20. It's like, bruh, the third episode's longer than the first episode. You think the first episode and the last episode would have been the longest because they're the start and the end?
They're the fucking bookends of the season.
Yeah,
like...
so you'd think you'd get more out of that, but I mean, it's not bad. Like, I mean, it just sucks that we could have gotten a little bit more chunk out of it. But they've wrapped that up now. Like, that's wrapped up until we get production for season 2 that they're looking at getting into. And there's been a few interviews everyone's been doing and stuff. I don't know if you've watched any of the interviews that have been going around, but Druckmann was in one interview where they asked him what, how is he worried about the impact that they had for part 2, if he's concerned with how season 2 will go because of the impact that people had of certain situations that happened, which we know what happened. We had those moments with Joel, with Joel getting his head smashed in. We're going to see that come back around in season 2. Spoilers for those that haven't played the game and have been watching the show.
Okay, so the longest episode was the first episode.
Oh, was the first episode?
You got 81 minutes, episode 1. Episode 2 was 53. Episode 3 was 76.
Okay.
Episode 4 was 46. Episode 5 was 59. 6 was 59. 7 was 56. 8 was 51. 9 was 43.
Yeah, it's sad that the last episode was small. Like, you think they could at least had an 8,
The first was the longest, and 9 was the shortest. Like,
yeah. Bit weird. But yeah, coming back to it was, yeah, Druckmann was in an interview and they asked him, is he concerned about the backlash of what part 2 had and how it's going to have impact on things. He just blatantly just came out, I don't care. Like, I'm doing what we're doing. Like, so what? Like, if we're making people mad at these characters, we've done something right, basically. And it's like, good. Like, don't fucking... It should happen. That's how the story goes. Like, you can't change the story.
That's it, though. If you've pissed someone off, you've done something right.
Like, especially if it's in the spot where you wanted it to. You know what I mean? Like, if you're pissing people off in the right
Well,
spots...
in the right way, not the bad way, like bugs and things and a shit story. But, like, if it's well written, it pisses people off, some of them. Like...
That's it. So if it's in the right spot...
Like, who cares? Like, it's the story they're trying to tell. Just let them fucking tell it.
So that's exactly it. But,
it's Druckmann's.
Well, it's exactly. It's Druckmann. He's doing what he wants to do, so it's perfect, and it's been great so far. I'm keen for season 2. Like, so
right?
keen.
I'm fucking keen, bro.
I was gonna
and
say,
and season 3.
oh, because it's gonna have to be.
Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna cut it into season 2 Ellie, season 3 Abby, or Abby then Ellie. Like it's gonna have two
Mm,
different the two
two
sides
different.
of the game, two different seasons.
Yeah, exactly. Which would be good to see. Like I'm keen. Did I was gonna say, did you watch Troy Baker's interview he did recently as well?
Maybe.
So I can't remember who it was with, but he did an interview, and I was surprised by this. But apparently, Troy had slipped a little memo to Josh Brolin because he was keen for. He goes, "Hey, there's going to be a job coming your way.
Why
It's
would
a
he be?
script." Like well, when they were looking at casting for people to play Joel in the live action series, Troy was actually
Oh,
hooking up Josh Brolin to get a copy of the script and give it a read because he was like, "Hey, I'm going to send a script your way. Give it a read over. Like this is gonna
I
be a
mean,
thing."
he does have the look for an old Joe. Like,
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And then Josh was even like, even just like, what's going on? What is this kind of project? He goes, it's for it's an adaptation of a project for a. He was being very vague. He didn't want to give it away too much. And then while doing like trying to hook that up
hmm.
in communications, he was saying he got into office with
Isn't he
Druckmann.
from Texas also? Like, he actually fits the.
I think so. I was like, damn! Imagine if we had that. Like Troy wanted Brolin to like play a Joel. I was like,
He's from California. Sorry.
But
Um.
but like after that, Baker got Troy got into the office, and Druckmann was like, we're trying out Pedro. We've sent in the script, and Troy was like, damn, straight onto it. Like he's hot shit right now. Let's get him involved. This would be the perfect thing because he's flying it. Like everyone wants him. Everyone
Okay, he
needs
has the
him.
look of Joel
That's
as
exactly
well.
it.
Like
So,
Josh Brolin.
mm,
And I'm shit you not. He sounds just like Troy Baker does in the game, like in some of them scenes, like
right, that
exactly
accent he
to a
puts on,
T.
like in Deadpool, like how he talked in Deadpool as Cable. He had that bit of gruff at times, like and
No, I
like
mean
moves.
Pedro, like in the
Oh,
show,
Pedro
he
does. I'll
actually
say,
sounds like Troy Baker, like
yeah.
when he does the
Well, I'll say Josh
like,
does as well. Like Josh has had it a
yeah,
few times as well. I was gonna say he sounded like him as well, but like Pedro definitely had more of the look. Like he kind of
yeah,
definitely felt more of that personality as well with Joel, and I think that's what worked because Josh comes off as always being very really gruff characters. Like everything is
mm.
really brutal, gruff, like serious. Where
Well,
Pedro
Joel is that as well, but not as much as what he is, like
Pedro has
as
that
he
nice
puts into
balance.
it.
He has that balance between being serious and being heartwarming and loving, and I think that's what they wanted to go with, which we saw.
No, Joel's cold as fuck, really.
So it worked really well. He has moments.
Joel's cold as fuck.
He's
Like
eh, he has moments of compassion.
90% of that game and show, he's cold as fuck till the end. Like,
I mean, the end he was even more cold as fuck. Like fuck.
yeah, well,
But I was talking to you.
he's cold man.
He's an
Fuck
old
me.
man, cold man. But I was talking to you the other week. I sent you some photos about that Katie O'Brien, who said that could like play off an Abbey. So there's been words going on around with
Oh
that
yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I'll read this all. I'll go through all these different things I've got here, and then we'll come back to it after I've kind of read through it because, like, it's kind of interesting because basically she's been trending at the moment. She was recently in the latest Mandalorian episode. In
Oh
that,
yeah, yeah.
and then she was the lead, well not one lead, but like one of the side characters, but the main side showrunners in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I mentioned that, like that's where Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania because she plays like the.
Well, there's a first flop.
So she played and she's been in a lot of stuff. She's been like all kinds of stuff through
Mhm.
her career. She's done some pretty good roles. She was like The Walking Dead. She's done Nation Z. So she'd done stuff before. So it seemed pretty relevant. And she put out a tweet like last week basically, which was relevant to like the week the week that's been. So it was on the 12th of March. She posted because someone posted up going,
That was last week.
hey,
That was last week.
last week, this week, that week, whichever week.
Whatever.
Um,
Last week.
What was it anyway, guys? So someone had tweeted going, I love that everyone appreciates Katie's giant muscles, but I'm 90% sure the role you're gunning for has already casted. And then she replied going with,
It has, I think.
full disclosure, the second The Last of Us came out, I told my team to keep an eye on it. When they announced the show, I asked a few of the connections to see if I could get an audition. Nada. I appreciate the support, but if it's not in the cards, I am currently fun employed. though if anyone is hiring. So she applied to for the when it's like I mean I imagine what she was applying for was to try and get an Abby role, but the auditions and everything they're doing was for the first series. So when you're trying to reach out for a connection for a first series when your character doesn't fit, I mean it makes sense that you're not going to get anything because they have a look.
No, she
They have a
applied for
need,
Abby though.
but there's no Abby in part one. That's what I'm getting at though. So her wanting to apply
No,
for
but
Abby, it
the
doesn't make
person already
sense.
done the casting for that anyway. Like it's all
They
done.
try to. Well, they had no confirmation. I mean, they were waiting to see how the success was going to go
Yeah,
before
but
they
they can't say
confirmed.
anything anyway. Even if they
So,
did, like
so it's
it's still a
interesting
long,
that.
it's still a long way off.
So it's pretty interesting that she had actually was herself actually saw it, was a big fan, was like, I want to try and get involved in this, but there was no
But
connections back.
sorry, it's been in production since 2015.
There'll be a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, that's crazy. 2015, that's crazy.
That's when they started doing the show. Like they started doing the concepts, they started building the like getting the sets and stuff, and then they filmed it all in 2021.
Was it 20? Yeah, I guess it.
They got Pedro and all that in 2021 and did all that. But that's been going for the last decade of doing that show.
Oh, that's fucking
Like it's
crazy.
fucking crazy. That's what they've just been bringing out. It's like since 2015 they've been doing the concepts and shit. It's like fuck.
That's fucking wild. I mean, it makes sense when they do stuff because it does take time, especially when you get things accurate. Because there's another tweet someone replied into that.
Especially when it's all in like it's not all CGI like other things.
Yeah. But a following tweet from that was, more people want Katie to play Abby. Saw someone suggest Katie O'Brien, from today's Ant-Man Mando, on here for Abby and The Last of Us. And okay, I might be onto something here because like it made sense, but she is 34, and where Druckmann we've seen has followed Shannon Berry, she is closer to Bella Ramsey's age, which bridges the gap nicely.
Yeah, because Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones and that, who played Arya Stark and that, they didn't let her be because she was too old at 24. So
because they need to find that balanced ground where the age makes sense because Abby isn't that much older than Ellie in part 2. They're around.
No, about the same age, really.
Let's say there's like a year difference. I think it is maybe, if that, a year, 2 years. Like then that's not much. Like that's because
she was a kid when Jerry died. Like
exactly. So it's nice to see. So that's the thing. So it's interesting to see that I was talking about it, and after I talked about it, that tweet had gone up that she actually herself had applied for it, which is kind of funny. Where I just randomly saw this chick, I was like, she looks like she could play Abby, and then I'm like, bruh, and it's like, I kind of see it, but like we already knew the whole Shannon Berry thing, what was going on. Then it was funny then to see like a week later see this tweet that popped up where she goes, "Nah, I've already been trying to contact and stuff, and it didn't work out. No connection backs." And it's like, yeah,
all Shannon Berry's got to do is just lift a few weights and fucking spot on. Like,
well, she's already pretty much got that with some of the roles she's done previously. She already looks pretty bulked up. So, but she definitely looks like she has the personality, like that rough personality.
Abby's not that bulked though. She's got muscles, but it's nothing like vein pop or anything. It's just she's just a little bit bigger. Like,
but no, she definitely has the personality with some of the hypercuts I've seen of Shannon's work, and she does definitely seem to have that personality. Besides, not just the looks that she kind of almost looks like Abby, definitely the personality, which helps.
because you had to play a bit younger for the start of or during Abby's time. Like, you got to see her as a little younger and stuff.
So who knows what they've got? I mean, they could have already been filming stuff already, and they've kept it under wraps because they needed to get her at a younger age when they had to have like the younger scenes, and then have her, film stuff later on when she's older. So we don't even know. Like that may have been why he already like been following in connections and shit like that. Like say, things have been in production for 2015. How do we know that they haven't already filmed stuff and then kept it under wraps because there was stuff that they filmed?
The 2015 stuff was all just concept.
No.
But they didn't get like Bella and Pedro until like 2019, 20.
That's what I'm saying though, because it's been in production for that long. How do we not know? Because she's been acting for a while as well. This chick's been acting for a few years anyway. So how do we not know he already had her on the cards? And was already like, okay, we're going to get you sorted, we'll film some stuff, get you audition, and did these kind of auditions early on. Like, we don't know that. Like, because things are in production for so long.
Ready to start shooting later this year or something.
And only now we've caught wind going, oh, he follows her on Twitter. Oh, she's going to be out. Like, they could have already done stuff. Like, we don't know that. Like, they could have already done stuff behind the scenes and been like, yep, we've already filmed this because at a young age with the dad. And be like, yep, we didn't need to do too much cast with that. We've got set stuff, boom, boom, boom. And then be like, okay, sweet, we'll get you come back in like 3 years' time where you're a bit, older, and then we'll film new stuff, because you've aged and it'll feel appropriate for the You know,
Or it could be someone completely new. Like fuck.
or they might do it. You know, they might do. They might have someone else play the younger version. Like we don't know. Like we don't know what they're gonna do.
No,
But
the whole
these,
character could be someone new. Like not her, not the other one. Like could be
I mean, they
someone
could
else.
have had
Like
her just come into. They could have actually just have her playing the younger version, and then have someone playing the older version. Like anything could happen. Like that's the thing. Like we don't know. Like it's, but like that's the cool thing with film production is you can do these things where you film stuff different
because
times,
we've still got
whatever,
Bella
background.
playing Ellie in season 2 and that, so
Hmm.
they just gotta make her look
Makeup
her
can do
actual
that.
age now.
Makeup can do that. So they can literally just do
Yeah,
a bit of
yeah.
makeup,
Look
give it a
at
bit of
fucking
age.
Pedro playing the dude in his 50s, like
Hmm.
when he's only in his 40s, like
Is he 40 or is he 50?
40s, I think, like 47. Let me have a look.
Nearly 50.
Pedro, he's 47. Yeah.
And you got to play someone in his 60s the next season.
Yeah. No. 59. 60. Yeah. It's only a 4-year difference between first and second.
Good, no, but yeah, but Joel's like 50 something in The Last of Us. So nearly 60.
Oh, it's a 5-year jump, actually, yeah. So he'll be 60, yeah.
Mm.
59, 60.
Hmm.
Yeah, what you do is make it a little bit more grey, so
Yeah, that's
like they
exactly
did
it.
in the show anyway, so.
He started going grey towards the end of the series as it was. If you notice, like the makeup they did, like he looked like a little bit browner with the beard and stuff, and then he started getting a bit of like, and even he himself, like he'd actually liked it because they dyed his hair up, like that towards the end they had dyed his beard up, given him some greys, and he liked the greys. He'd just been growing out the
Right.
salt and pepper. He'd like, damn. I guess because he may have been dying a little bit because he you know being an actor you don't sometimes flourish with grey hairs in acting.
This is he may have been dying a little, like
Yeah, well, you gotta dye your beard when you're acting. Like you don't just.
the way
That's a
that
look.
came out. He may have been dying a
We're
little,
all
like
dying a little bit. Fucking hell.
so he's dying a little. But dying a lot in season 2.
But yeah, so I was like, that was pretty interesting. Anyway, that was
Mm,
pretty interesting. But I
yeah,
mean,
because you get how would you do that? Because you play as like you play as Abby pretty fucking early in the game.
you see
So would you
glimpse.
lead with the Abby and then go with the Ellie at the end, or you lead with the Ellie and go with Abby at season
I
3 or
think,
whatever?
or will they blend it between each thing? Like the episodes are like blending through as we go along.
Like day one, day two, not just 1, 2, 3, 4, blah 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 blah
I reckon
blah.
they'll blend it. I feel like that would pace better because then we know what's going on. Because it'd be weird
Yeah,
to have
but
season.
movie showgoers will be confused as fuck because we know what the thing is. Like we played the game.
That's what I'm
They
saying
they
though.
they
Yep.
want to try and
I
simple it
mean,
down, like maybe 1 and 1, like
because it'd
da da
be.
da.
I don't know. It'd be interesting because you could, yeah, because you get.
If you go day one, day two in different things, it'd be just weird.
Yeah, but you're
'cause you
following
can't.
each character though. You know, so you'll know you got the difference because two different characters, and you get the idea. So then the climax ties in together at the end. So
Yeah,
it
then
ties in
people get
nicely.
confused. Like what
Because
happened?
then it'll
Like
be
3
weird. Because
episodes ago.
then you watch like season. I mean, but then also at the same time, watching season like having season 2 as part like the first part of part 2, and then having just Ellie, and then cutting, which would then lead the
Yeah.
cliffhanger because then you get Abby's, and then you get the big ending at the end.
No,
the
I'd
big
start
finish.
with Abby because hers is like the lead up. Jerry gets shot, and then they can go in with.
Because it'd be interesting because they kind of crisscross to begin with, yeah.
So like,
I have a weird feeling they might blend them together. I don't know.
this is my thing. They're gonna go one or the other. Ellie
Hmm.
first, Abby second, or
I have a weird.
it's gonna be 2.
So
Hence why 2 seasons.
you're going to two different seasons for each thing. I mean, it makes kind of sense, but I got this weird feeling that they might blend them. So I'm gonna go with blend. So I'll go blend. You're gonna go split. So
I mean, the whole fucking waiting the whole year,
yeah,
but
so we'll find out. We might have to come back to that. But remember, everybody that's listening, lock it in. Me, Dale, for those that are confused, I'm going blended. Jim over here, he said he's going for the split. So remember that for possibly a year's time when we come back to it.
even longer than that because probably who
knows?
fucking knows.
Who knows?
They haven't filmed it yet, so they still got to film it and then do the blah blah blah. So could be 2024, could be 2025.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Gonna happen. But yeah,
It takes roughly 9 months to shoot, so
something like that.
well,
Yeah.
season 1 did.
Well,
And
this is
2's fucking bigger,
they'll mostly film it blended.
and that's got a more diverse bunch of areas.
See, if they're filming it, I definitely think they'd film it together. Film all the
Yeah.
to it once, and then they'd split up.
Yeah,
the
but
middle.
also it's bigger still, so it could take longer.
But
But
and then release it.
like 2's compared to the first, like the first is so short. Like
Yeah.
the game is short. The shows so it's only nine episodes, but like
20
two
hours.
is like three times as big.
Was it 9, 10 chapters? 10 chapters? 20 hours?
Yeah,
Took about 20 hours to play?
well, there's 13 hours. What? Two? What part
One.
one?
One. Oh, one.
There's like 13 chapters, I think.
13. Ow! Everything's fallen off my shelf here and hit me in the leg. Oh,
Pretty sure there's 13, 14 chapters.
depends. I think they shortened it down for PS4.
No, it's all the same.
No, I think they condensed it a little bit better.
No, it's all the same.
Because it was like 13, 14, then they made like 12, 10.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17.
Because there's only 12 chapters on my
1,
version.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, then you got the left behind, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chapters.
Hmm. That's weird. I know they tried to condense and clean up, so it was like made more sense with the chapters. I think proper. I don't know.
But they still skipped a fuck ton of good parts.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments that were missing.
Like in the latest one, the season finale, the whole fucking bus depot underground tunnel thing.
They did state that they were going to have more. Or Druckmann did state they're going to do more clickers next time round.
Well, more
Season 2.
infected.
Yeah. Which did
Well,
suck.
it has to be more violent because
All the most
you played
infected.
part two.
The most infected we saw was when we saw the bloater. That's the most we ever saw of infected. Then after that, it was like none. It's like no other. There was like no infected after that.
Is there a bloater in episode 9?
Nope. Nope.
I heard people say there was, but I didn't recall any.
Nope. Well, there's none at all.
No, there's not. There should have been. Should have been like fucking 5 or 6 of them.
I know, like we
Fuck
didn't even
that
get the tunnel.
tunnel's
Like,
intense.
imagine if we had the tunnel sequence where they like the flood, like flooding through the tunnel. How cool would that have been?
They just had to sneak through a tunnel. That made for
Like,
good
why
TV.
could- why
Like all
couldn't we
these
have
things
had-
everywhere, and they got to sneak like
Why
around
couldn't we
them.
have where they snuck through the tunnel, even if they didn't have that many clickers there, or infected or something? You know, like they went through the tunnel. There's that flooding sequence. They get flooded through, and then they get washed up, and they're
Yeah,
like feel
Joel's
out of breath.
in the bus, and he gets thrown around in there. And
Why can't they
floats
just
down
had it
the
where
thing,
they wash through that, caught up out of breath, then they come through out of the tunnel, and then that's when the whole
Right.
like oh bang, you know, like the whole you know you could have skipped half the fighting, but then at least that was a key element of like the whole washing through the water.
They
you know?
reversed it. They put walking through that checkpoint and then the tunnel.
Yeah.
But in the game, it's the tunnel, then
But
the
even
checkpoint.
in
like,
the checkpoint, like there's people there. There's so many people you got to walk around in the checkpoint.
no, there's not.
Yeah. I don't think of the other checkpoint.
Not with all the tents and that. There's no one there in the game.
Maybe it's a different one. Which is a checkpoint with the buildings, and you got to take it. There's all those guards. Earlier on in the game,
That's very vague. Yeah, maybe.
there's a point where there's like the tent, and there's like down the left side there's like a truck, and there's like a tent with a truck in it, and then there's like the two buildings on the right hand side, and you can clear through the office. And it's
I think
like
that's part 2 you're looking at.
No, it had young Ellie, because it's Joel and Ellie, and you're working together. And you're walking through, and there's guys chatting away, and you can go through the right, cut through the downstairs, and take out the guy.
Yeah, I think that's earlier. Yeah.
Because it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah,
like,
but
it kind of reminded me of that layout.
Because after the tunnel, you get that thing, and it's just peaceful. It's just you walking.
And you're walking out,
to
and then
the
you get then you just come out the whole thing, you get flooded, then you fucking get your way out, and then like, oh, kabang! And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that
knocked
doesn't
out.
happen in the game like that.
We're just having a
It's all
grand old-
peaceful. It's not just. He doesn't get grabbed like that. Like,
They do it differently, and they grab him.
They did it more for a show though. They did it more for the show, like make it flow. But like they could have added like that stealth element. Like shows have done that before. Like
I mean, I do like that Joel went full Jason Bourne though. that was funny. Like, they got that alright. That moment was pretty good.
yeah, but that was also very, very.
Full Jason Bourne, John Wick. I mean, the game did it pretty well though. He's like, just let me get my bag. Oh, you know, and it's like, well, bam. That was a
Yeah,
bit
but
different in the show.
they really just sped through that too. Like all you did was kill like maybe 5, 6 people. In the game, there's like 30.
Yeah, there's a lot of people you got to go
run through
A
hallways,
lot of
running
people.
past you. You have to hide. They run past, and you can run past them. And fuck me,
Did,
like
did
it's
you know
intense in
too?
there.
Did you know? Was it you that told me about the nurses? Did you know the
Yeah,
nurses?
Laura Bailey was
Hmm.
a nurse.
Hmm.
One of the nurses. Yeah, she
She
did a
played. Yeah.
pose. Joey was dead in the picture, and she's like
It's like
in front of him.
it's like
I
it's
was
my
like,
dad.
right?
It's like look at me with my dad.
I was like, oof.
That's kind of funny though to get the actress like the for
Well,
Abby and then
she did play one of them nurses in the game too. So
oh did she? That was kind of funny because I know in the
yeah, she
nurses the
voiced a
gay
nurse.
the it was, I know one of the nurses
What?
was the gay. There was the gay and the girl. There was a guy and the girl. I think it was in that part. There was a guy and the girl, the gay and the girl.
Joel
But they made
made
it
me
too.
the bad guy in there.
Oh, it was great.
All he shot was Jerry and then left. I shot the nurses.
Yeah, I didn't shoot the nurses either. I just shot Jerry and left.
Oh, really? I
Yeah, I
was
didn't.
like, yeah, bam, bam, bam. Like,
Yeah, no, I just because he only came at me with the knife, so I shot him. I've never
he
actually
didn't come
watched
back.
that.
He just stands there like,
I wonder what happens if you walk to him and don't shoot him.
defend if he kills you.
I kind of want to see that now. I don't know if I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's the thing. I actually wonder what happens if you don't shoot him.
Just
I've
play it.
never looked at that.
Yeah,
Kind
just
of
chapter select. No, you
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah. PS4.
Oh dear. Yeah, just do the chapter select and do that part.
But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Put on like story mode and just gun everyone down and cut to
And
him
then
and just.
and then everyone was like losing their mind too at that scene where they're like, "There's a girl in the background with braids. It's Abby, it's Abby." And then Druckmann's like, "No, it's not. Just shut up. No, it's not."
No, it's not.
It's just like everyone like you're going crazy. He's just like straight up like, "No, it's not." Like, why are you
The fan
losing
of that
shit?
Joel didn't care. He just watched him run down the hallways. Like
Just do 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 do.
he just watched him run off. I was like,
Yeah. But
no, I reckon it's the other guy though from there, the dude who
the friend of the
was
father,
with Abby.
the guy that was like the friend of the father, whatever it was.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older than Abby, but not
Yeah.
much. But
I reckon it's because he would have known by the who
oh, he
Joel
could have
is.
been. Oh, he could have been the guy. Oh, but that guy that he let go, wasn't he a bit older, or was he about that age? Do you reckon? Because remember there's the guy and he's like panicking. He's like, no, 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 and Joel let him go because he didn't. No, no, he shot him. No, he shot him, didn't he?
Yes.
You know that's right. Yeah,
shot
you
him.
know he shot him. He was like, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Put the gun down, and Joel's just like, bang.
He just didn't care. He was like,
He's like, fuck you. He's like, nah. It's like,
no,
nah.
but you don't trust that though. Like if
Yeah.
they put it down and go like this, as soon as you turn your back, it's just
Yeah, it kills all those fireflies. Fucking hell. Man,
right. Like
the game's so good. But and then there's
one of the
rumors.
best fucking gaming stories ever. Like and now show like oh.
And everyone
Like it kind of sucks. Like I wish I could have forgot the game and just watched the show for like just for
Yeah.
the moments. Is like,
I
but I'm
know,
like,
because
oh,
he
it's
loves
gonna
like
happen
me. He
next.
loves like me, because like I raced after watching the first episode. I raced to playing. And that's the crazy part. Like, was it before like the second episode was out? I'd already finished part one. Like part one dropped. I watched it. I was like, I need to play The Last of Us. Fucking got onto it, played it, and then episode was like, hey, episode 2, and I was like, yeah.
No, you played before, didn't you?
No, I played a bit of the game, but I never finished it, and I didn't play. Like, it's like about. I only got to like about
No, I thought you played it. You started it before the
I-
show, then you finished it on the first episode or second.
because I only got to Pittsburgh. Every time I've ever played, I only got to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's like the first quarter of the game.
And then when I after watched the first episode, I start the game from start again and played the whole way through from the very beginning.
I'll say, get your beardy merch.
Get your ard, get your bear, cocaine mug,
Betty.
bear, cocaine bear. We got beardy merch, we got Dragon Ball merch. I mean, I might put the limited time 1 year anniversary up there again.
Maybe
No,
take off the 1 year though.
change it. No,
Just have
what's-
that without the anniversary part.
What's the special? It's a special 1 year anniversary. You know.
Not now because we're in the
Yeah, no,
fourth
but-
fucking season.
Yeah, no, but it's special 1 year special merch. It might pop up again.
That's only for the first 1 year. It's like
Yeah,
for
it's
the
been-
first people who
it's been
bought
down
it.
for a while, but those it might pop up again, and people might be like,
Just
"Oh, I got."
minus the.
It would be different.
Just have it. Just have the same design. Just take off the 1 year anniversary because it's way past that.
Yeah, but special 1 year, and then people...
It's way past that though. It's like
Yeah.
3 years later.
yeah, that happens. People put merch back up again. That's old merch. It happens.
Oh fuck.
For other anniversaries, they re-release their original merch. It's a
It's
cycle.
their anniversary though.
The full episode was it? Full 150 episodes. I was going to stream it, but I can't be fucked.
Oh yeah, 150, isn't it? Fuck me.
We were going to do something special for it, but we really haven't.
No, because I forgot about it.
Oh yeah, we hadn't really organised and done anything.
As reminded me about it.
Like today.
I would have remembered and went, what was the last one? 149.
Man, what a fucking time flies, though, eh? Fucking.
Time does fly. Like,
We've
it's
done
been like
100.
150. 150 weeks, bro.
It's
3
52,
years.
52 weeks in a year.
3 and a bit weeks.
3 and a bit weeks. There's 52 weeks in a year, and you go, there's 3 and a bit. Man, that year goes by fucking quickly.
Fuck it. It actually feels like 3 weeks, really, when
3
you think
weeks
about
in
it.
a year. Fucking hell. Imagine
Like, just think, it's already nearly April already.
Yep.
Over halfway through March. Like, I just... Can the time just slow down? Can we have like 12 hour... Like, can it slow down 12 hours?
Look how
Just-
white my neck is.
So random.
Look at my face. Look at, and then look at my.
I gotta write one. Oh, my pen won't work.
Look at the
Put
color
150
difference.
there. Yeah,
And then my
mine's all the same.
Look at my color difference. My arm, my chest, and my neck, and then my head. There's so many different colors going on. The underside's.
Yeah, arms are the hair. Hair's it's the hair that makes the arms different colours though.
No,
as
my
well.
my arm's literally a different color.
Yeah, some. I mean, yeah, mine are a little bit like mine are tan compared to up here. Like, mine are tanned.
Look at that.
Yeah, what the? Actually, we got farmers' arms, bro.
Farmer's
Well,
arms.
you got more than I have. You got more farmers. Mine's I got a permanent tan kind of. Like you're fucking ghostly white.
Right? I'm fucking pasty white, and then my arms are just like.
You can see where your shirts like get the sun though, like the big.
It was either that or I was thinking of going.
But you gotta do the fucking Napa thing. No, you just remember he just does the finger raise like ha ha whoosh and the thing goes. That's like one of the most single destructive moves in Dragon Ball. Nappa's finger raise.
Ha! I was like, ha! No, it's ha! It was like, ha!
Again.
Friggin', and there's like Piccolo's thing where he's like, ha! Or whatever it fucking was.
Special beam cannon. Like, yeah.
And then there's.
You can't look scared. I don't know, because it goes like. It's weird. It's like. How angry does he do for that?
And then there's. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Weird.
Ha! 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 With weird moves. Dragon Ball, man. Dragon Ball.
It's all hand positions. Like, if you don't do it right, it doesn't work.
Actually, I should
It's like
bring
the
up.
freaking fusion
I
dance.
should bring up the topic. They've stopped messaging me now because they were messaging me like,
Oh,
every day, and they've now stopped after my current
yeah, because
reply.
they fucked up, bro.
They're getting so salty. They're getting.
Hang on. So, what was that last message? Because all I got was that someone or was that them?
So that was them. So there was so for
It
everyone
sounded
else
like
got
it was
clarity.
someone, like not a company. Like,
So I think it was like I think I mentioned it last week, but anyway, there was a Broly statue that came up in my recommended feed on AliExpress, and it was 2 cents. While I was buying a bunch of cheap stuff, it came up being recommended. It was 2 cents. Like fuck it, it's 2 cents. I'll buy it. Put it in the thing.
Yeah.
Wait in the process. Then I get a message like the day or two after. No, it was like the day after. And it's basically been this week. It goes, so sorry for the inconvenience, friend. Could you please cancel this order by by other reasons? Initially, at the same time, I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why? Like, why is other reasons? Like, I think this is a bit sus. And two, I don't know the fuck how to cancel shit. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I was like, fuck this shit. I was like, why must I cancel my amazing 2 cent order? Because I thought I'd just be a bit of a smartass. Because half the shit is all foreign anyway. I'm like, you're selling bootleg shit. I know it's bootlegs. It's not worth anything, but you're trying to fucking scam people out of shit. And I was just like,
I mean, not everything's bootleg, but if it's too cheap, it is.
mm-hmm. Because normal versions of these statues that I see with the exact same photos on AliExpress, they're all like fucking no more than like 10, 15, 20. Like they're no more than like $30. And like even though like that, like some of them are very overpriced.
Right?
And I was like, like I'll just give him a bit of like flack just to try and like see what the fuck's going on. I'm like, I'm looking forward to this item arriving swiftly for my review channel. I was just like, I'm gonna be a little bit of a smart ass mug here. And they go, friend, this item is for lost parcel customer. It not for you. Please cancel the order by other reasons. I'm like, but I'm like, why must I cancel this? Like,
But how does
it's
that come
there.
back up on a sale thing? Like, if it's
That's what I'm
already been
saying, though.
sold, why is it coming back up on a listing?
That's what I
Like,
mean though. Like, why is AliExpress recommending it to me as being like, here's some other
yeah.
items you should buy? It's like I feel like someone's fucked up and then they're like trying to cover their asses or something. I'm not too sure. I'm like, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of standpoint because I want to see what I can trigger to try and get a response. And I was like, I will not, and I will leave. And because I was like, it's clearly speaking to me with like their like bad translation. So I was like, just straight, I will not. I will leave bad customer service review. Like, I was like, oh, okay, if you want to give me broken English, I'm being a bit of a smartass here, I'm going to give you broken English back. And it's like, it's not my fault you run your listings incorrectly. And that was
Right?
like a bit of time, I was like, left it. They come back going, and this is the recent one, this was yesterday. Because, like, I was like, well, it really isn't on me. Like, it's, you guys listed it, I've been recommended it, I'm going to purchase it. If I see a bargain, I'm going to purchase it. Like, bruh, anyone's going to do that. If you see a listing, anyone's going to do that. Like, what the fuck? Like, it shouldn't be there. And then they go back and it posted twice because, like, apparently they sent it through, but then it had to be auto-translated, but it clearly was already in English to begin with. So that made no sense. It goes, you're really ridiculous. We only set up stock to place orders for customers whose packages have gone missing. But you stop. Like, I don't know what. We set up a stock to place orders for customers whose packages have gone missing. Like, why is there a separate
But,
listing to buy these items in?
but
It
why
should
would
be
you get
hidden.
recommended that when you've never bought there before?
That's what I'm saying. So it should be but it's a listing. Why does AliExpress run listings for items that are designed for lost property? Then it should be a hidden listing. Like, I didn't go searching for that. It came up recommended. Like, what the fuck? And then they go but it goes have gone missing, but you stole their packages. I've stole their packages. So I've apparently stolen some person's lost properties packages. I'm like, you're
I
the
mean,
one, but like I haven't stolen anything. You haven't even sent the item yet. You're the ones that house it. If there's anything that need to be cancelled, you cancel it on your end. You know what I mean? Like, if I was selling a product and it was a mistake, I would be like, sorry, I can't. That
yeah,
order
but I'm
isn't
pretty
there.
sure they
Like,
just fucked the price up and they're not saying it.
yeah, it's like, and then
Because
trying to,
you as a customer, if you bought that for the 2 cents, that's yours. Like, you
yeah,
just bought it for 2 cents.
exactly. So it's like, so I'm like, how am I stealing from someone else? Like,
That's on their end. They
that's what I mean.
fucked up. That's on, like, I just don't get their thinking. Like,
It's like, but you stole their packages, making it impossible for others to place orders properly. And here
yeah,
you
but
are rightly accusing us. It's like,
how does that affect properly placing an order?
that's what I mean. But like here, like they go, you are rightly accused. It's like, it is impossible for others to place orders properly, and here you are rightly accusing us. I'm rightly accusing? I'm rightly accusing? I'm rightly accusing. So you're saying I'm in
Yep.
the right here? You're saying that I'm
Yep.
actually accusing you of fair. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like exactly.
It seems that way, bro.
It's like if you are rightly accusing us. If this feeling of getting something for nothing makes you feel good, I hope you continue.
Yeah, and didn't they say they'll leave you a bad review or something? I'm like,
And it's like it's embarrassing. Good luck getting it at the next store. It's like a kind word of reminder. Evaluations are mutual.
they do like, you gotta come to YouTube channel and just like, blah.
But then how are they gonna know? Because I have no registered name. It's just a random coded account. I've given no connection detail. Like, they have my address and my name because I did an order. But like, bruh, I bought a product.
I don't know, bro.
Like,
I'm confused as the whole fucking situation. It's like, they listed it, it's sold, they're salty.
yeah. And I said to him, I'm not being ridiculous. You are. AliExpress recommended the item, so I purchased it. It's as simple as that. I don't control or run anything. I'm just a consumer that made a purchase. End of the day. You having a problem, just like, and I said to him, you have the problem, not me. If you have a problem, you take it up with AliExpress. They'll deal with it. Like,
Yeah.
they're the one they're running through. Talk to them. Don't come to me going, please cancel your order. As that seems a shady going to me, coming to a customer going, please, could you please cancel your order as other reasons? Why are you coming
Yeah,
to
that's
me and
that's weird.
going, please cancel? Why are you telling me to cancel the
Mm.
order? Why don't you cancel the order?
As
You're the
other
one.
reasons.
Yeah, other reasons make it sound like that I've got. Oh no, I don't want it, kind of thing.
It sounds sketchy as fuck though. Like,
Exactly. It's just like, what the fuck? I need it. I
if
feel
you
like
don't want them to have it, don't send it. Like, just refund it. Like, it's like an actual normal store. They would just offer a. They would just refund it and say, "Sorry, we can't sell this." Like, I if I can get it, man. But have they shipped anything?
no, nothing's been said yet. I'm actually going to report it. I'm tempted to report it to AliExpress and just be like misleading
Yeah, do it.
purchase, being recommended to cancel.
Are you doing it right now?
Yeah, cancel my order
Fuck.
via by the seller. Misleading purchase. Was it? No. Purchase. Purchase being held. Being withheld.
Purchase being withheld. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Purchase being
But
with.
like, I just don't get the whole like.
Being with purchase being withheld. Recommended to cancel my order by the seller, as they are saying my purchase is unfair.
Yeah, like it's not unfair. It's not unfair.
Purchase being withheld. Recommended to cancel my order by the seller, as they are saying my purchase is unfair. Put under other reasons, and submit to AliExpress.
But it's not unfair.
I don't even know where to fucking cancel the order. Like that's the other thing too. It's like
Be on your account or something.
I don't
Like
know.
be on the order itself and just cancel. I don't even know,
But
bro.
like they have like 96 positive review. They've got like 40.2k followers. Like it just seems
They
weird.
are a legit thing, but it's like, oh, is that the person who's selling that through them? Is it?
This they have their store on. They have an account.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of curious now if there's any other. They get fairly decent reviews.
Yeah, but like they fucked up. They fucked.
There's a few negative reviews. Actually, I want to kind of read. I kind of want to read some of these negative reviews. Um. Oh, it's the same person, dude. Because someone left a review and they go, "Thanks for your support, friend." They always put "friend" in their messages. Because what does it
You
say?
don't know them. They're not your fucking friend.
These are all in foreign languages, so I can't. Oh, so someone goes 1 star. Figure came in pieces. Thanks for your support, friend. It's so sorry for your inconvenience. This figure needs to be assembled. It's not broken. If you have any questions, please contact us in time. It's like, nah, it sounds like it actually did come in pieces. Like, yeah, there's another one. Someone actually showed the photo, and it's actually broken. It's like it's literally in pieces. Like it's it's Android. Is it Android? What's the name? I think it is.
Android what?
Is it 16?
Oh, it's a Dragon Ball figure, is it?
Yeah. A lot of these 2 stars are in foreign languages, so I can't really translate a lot of them.
2 stars for a reason, bro.
Yeah, like this one here. It's like it's a very cool sculpt, and it shipped quickly, but the paint job was terrible, and there were mold lines all over the place. Paint was splattered on his shirt and oversprayed. I don't want to say like that's clearly points to a bootleg. Like that's clearly a bootleg printed copy. Like it's not.
It also depends. Like some official stuff can have that as well, though.
Usually, but it's just the fact that they're selling these like really fucking cheap. A lot of this stuff's really cheap. Like unbelievably compared to what we've been seeing for prices. Like it makes no sense. I'm trying to find some stuff that I can compare with that we've seen.
Yeah, look at my fucking cheap. I shouldn't get them back out. Did I show them on the podcast? Like this is the shit we're talking about. Bam! It's like
There's stuff that I've seen the authentic versions from, and then there's the knockoff versions. It's like, goddamn, it makes
there is
no
a big
sense.
quality difference, though. Like you can tell.
Ah, there we go. There's one, for example. You know that Goku you were looking at, you were telling me, you were showing me before about getting?
Yeah. Oh, the Gohan.
Gohan, not Goku. Sorry, yeah, Gohan. My brain.
I couldn't see anything
Um,
there. Yeah.
They're selling it for $40.
Yeah.
but it like I don't know. I know it's not expensive, but like it just the face.
That's
If I can get
that's probably a real one though.
the face, the face. I don't know. It's not clear enough. The face is a bit fucked
Ew,
up.
what's with his face?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the real one. um,
The real one's way better.
that's what I'm like. You sure about that? No, it's probably the real one. Um, let me just show you. Yeah, it was Android 16. That's the problem though, is that they sell some dodgy shit in between everything, and it makes no sense.
That's more than dodgy.
And they have photos of like authentic stuff, but then what I'm seeing isn't authentic, and it's just like it doesn't seem right. Like, why are they selling both in between everything? Because some are like really bad. Like that Broly that I was looking at, it's like really bad. Like it's thoroughly a bootleg. Like they're literally posting Bandai photos. It's like, how do we know it's actually the Bandai like original? Like it's not a fucking. Like it's just because everything else that matches on their website, they've posted some very shit.
Yeah, you just don't know, man. Like, it's I wouldn't say it's sketchy, but it's like you you pay cheap, you get cheap.
Like that's exactly it, and that's why I was like, okay, I'm seeing something cheap.
Examples, not them, but over
No, the other
there.
ones. But that's why I was like, well, I see something cheap. I'll buy it for a laugh to see if see what the go is. So I can just give some feedback just for a laugh. Like oh, I'll buy some cheap things on AliExpress, get them here. You know, do a little review on them just for a laugh. You know, like look at all this shit that I bought on AliExpress. Now it's like this,
Right.
and now I'm making a whole thing about it, and I'll end up making a full video of it. And it's like, well, fuck these guys. You know.
It's like DK oldies over again.
Yeah. It's just like fuck. Don't be. You know, it's not my fault you listed it wrong. Like it shouldn't be. If it's meant to be a hidden listing and stuff, it shouldn't have come up on my end for me to purchase it as a recommended purchase. Being like, you looked
Especially
at
when
this.
it says it's for someone else. It's like, why are they still up there?
Yeah, why is it being listed? Like you
Or
can
being
cancel the order.
relisted,
You
like
can be like, sorry, cancelled the order. Sorry, you know, like we've given it to the person it needs to go to. You can cancel it. You run the fucking. It's your thing. Cancel the order. Why do I have to do it? And, you know, you cancel the order, you know, and that's why I reckon they don't want to do it. And I wonder how many times they've done it to people where things like that have happened. And they're like, oh, can you cancel this order under other reasons? And people are going, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, you know. They're just going, yeah, that's fine.
right?
Well, you know, how many times has that happened with these companies? They're like, yeah, no, that's fine, we'll do that. Like, no, companies don't tell you what, you know, they fucked up. They cancel the
Like
order, they
even I've
reimburse
seen
it.
stuff where it's like they literally reach out and say, "We just cancelled it. We'll give you a refund."
Yeah, like, why do I have to cancel it? Like, I know it's 2
Why do they
cents.
not have a cancel button?
Like, I know it's 2 cents, but the principle being, they run it, they deal with it, not me. It's not my fault as a consumer. It's the business's end that deal with it. I know they say customer's an asshole, but like, I've worked in retail. I know how it works. If there's an issue at the end of the day, they deal with it. So if there's a problem that they don't want to deal with the customer, they go, sorry, we're not dealing with that, and they
Yeah.
shoo you away. Or they go, here's your refund, piss off. You know, like, there's polite ways of saying it, but like, they do all the work. So if a customer comes in, and there's a dodgy issue that they've come in with like returning an item or buying an item, we either say no, sorry, we can't sell it to you. You're gonna have to go somewhere else. We refuse the sale. You as the seller or distributor, whatever, like you refuse the sale, not the customer. You don't go, oh, sorry, can you like return this item because you can't buy that? It's like, no, I'm gonna buy it. Like the customer has
Yep.
all right to buy it. The customer has every right to buy what they
But
want to buy.
then
But
just say to like, other reasons.
yeah. Like, there's been plenty of times where I've had to say, sorry, we can't sell it because it's a display copy, or it needs to be fixed and just. You can buy it if you're willing to let us have the guy come, you know, someone come in to fix it, or build it, or assemble it, you know, next week. If you're willing to wait that long, we can get it assembled for you and we can get it out to you. You know, there's things like that. Like, there's all these different steps. It's like, fuck. Like, you can't just be like, okay, can you cancel that for us because we want to look good? Like, that's what it feels like it's coming down to. Is like, they want to keep their reputation. If they cancel the order, it looks bad on their end. So if the customer cancels the order,
Not that good to keep up anyway. So
it's just like these.
everyone knows that for cheap shit, like it's knockoffs, and
Mhm.
everyone knows what they're known for.
Cheap stuff just so they can make that money.
What, the extra 2 cents?
Make that money.
Make that 2 cents.
Make that money bounce. Make that money bounce. Make it rain.
What kind is that? Monopoly? What kind is that?
U.S. money.
Oh.
Dollar bill,
Yeah,
yep.
that's funny part was I was on stream last night and that people was like, "You have plastic money?" I'm like, yeah. And they go, "What?" Because that's all paper.
Does
Like it
that make me
rips.
rich?
It
Does
like.
this make me rich?
I mean, no, technically,
No.
not in real life.
Not in real life. Why?
Not in real life. I can imagine how many people can get away with like back in the day, like having fake fucking money
How do you know it's
stuff.
not
They
real?
just got fat because it's no, it wouldn't even work here. No one can take that money if it was real.
Why?
Because it's gonna be Australian money.
Take it to the exchange.
Yeah,
Make me
right.
rich. Make me a rich man.
Yeah, but people
Nah.
confuse our notes here are plastic.
I know, it's so they don't fucking have problems. You can't damage your money. Yeah, for America, paper money. It's like, oh yeah, oh no, I've jumped in the river with my $100. It's just like,
Just like that. And that's just like yeah, as a paper and shit. It's like yeah, as a plastic, we can. It doesn't burn, doesn't get wet. Like a wreck doesn't burn, does it? Like you can put a lighter to it, it doesn't really burn.
and you end up with that.
And
Well, so
like
much.
our money's indestructible. Like you can rip it still, but it's fucking hard. You can't rip it with your hands. Like you have to get scissors and cut our money.
Okay.
What are you doing? Where'd that even come from? Was that from your weekend?
Weekend. No, it's just fake money.
Yeah, but why do you have that?
I have had it for years. I bought it ages ago off
Oh.
Wish.
Oh. Was that for a review?
No, it was actually for some prop money because I wanted prop money.
Oh. Wanted some prop money?
Wanted some prop money.
Some prop money?
Wanted some prop money. I'm trying to be sneak. I'm trying to be. Trying to do it. I'm trying to do it.
Also, remember how I said I was keen for Shazam? Fury of the Gods?
Oh.
Apparently that movie's there.
Did you like my magic trick there?
$100!
Did you like my magic trick? How I did that?
Right? What you should have done is you got the two parts, had one in your hand already all scrunched up, and you just went bang and pull one out.
But yeah, Shazam. Sorry, I'm throwing bad magic tricks.
Yeah, I was keen for that, and it's like a 5, 6 out of 10. Like, thanks.
I think we're just getting too overdone with superhero movies. Superhero
The
movies.
first one was so good. Now this one's just
I know,
it's
because
decent.
it looks good, but yeah, it could just be
Yeah,
pretty
but
average.
people watching it.
I think a lot of people might be sensitized to superhero films. It's just because we just go with the last few. We've always had a superhero movie, like a couple of them every year. So it's like they're just normal.
Shazam was a couple of years ago. That was fucking good.
Yeah, it was in that weird period of like.
There are good movies still, but it's like they're very, very, very far and few between.
Mm.
The last good Marvel one was Shang-Chi. I mean, Spider-Man, Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's better than Spider-Man.
Man.
But like
Spider-Chi.
DC had. I mean, Suicide Squad wasn't that bad.
Mm. That was
The
good.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
That was good. Like then you got Shazam, Aquaman, all in the same area. Like, and now we got this. It's like, I mean, the Flash is next, so that's apparently good. So
Flash looks good, but again, I mean.
yeah,
Shit.
Tom Cruise watched it and he gave the director a call saying how good it was.
Oh really?
Yeah,
That's a bit random.
he actually asked to watch it, and they gave him a copy to watch in his home.
Oh wow.
And then he called up the director. And was like, "Yeah, it's fucking good." Like,
That's so random. That's such a random thing to happen. But like, can you send me a copy of this movie? Yeah, sure. I'll send you Tom
well,
Cruise.
it's Tom Cruise. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
But he was so keen he couldn't wait. He's like, nah,
Yeah.
I see now.
He wanted to watch it, and he gave him a call saying it was good. Like,
That's interesting. At least you know if you've got the pool, they'll send you a copy of a movie early.
oh, sorry, it's Tom Cruise. Like,
That's what I'm saying. He's got the pool.
who's
so.
he gonna tell?
Mm.
Like,
Oh, have you seen Flash? Oh no, we haven't. Damn it! Oh, have you seen? No, it's not out yet. What do you mean? Oh, damn it! He's like wants to talk to someone about it and he can't. Like fuck. Hey
that'd be
Ezra!
the hard
Hey
part though.
Ezra! So I saw the Flash, man. How good was it? He just brings up Ezra and
He wouldn't probably even seen it yet.
just brings up everyone. Starts. Hey Keaton, I saw you in the Flash, man.
Yeah, well,
Ben
apparently,
Affleck, I saw you in.
Ben Affleck's only in there for like one scene. I'm like, oh man.
It looked like there was more than that though. With all the
Yeah,
stuff that was
just
going
that
on.
thing, I think, or on the one thing.
Mm.
He said for the 5 minutes he was on screen. I'm like,
Huh. That's weird. Ah. It seemed like a bit more than that.
and he will not direct a Batman movie for James Gunn.
Who's that?
Ben Affleck. He said he won't direct under what happened, like under the new, because
Oh,
James Gunn and Safran have that thing going,
there's no Batman
and he
yet.
doesn't want to go in between that. Like,
Yep, so there's no
so he's
Batman.
not gonna, but he'll star, but he won't direct. I mean, it makes sense. He just put out on public record that he won't direct.
He doesn't
So
want to direct anything. Yeah, he's going to be in anyway.
yeah, he can still be Batman, but he won't make the damn movie.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be
I mean, makes sense.
it'll be good gun and
He
all
doesn't
that.
have
Like,
to. He doesn't have to direct his own movie. You know.
no, right? Like,
People
you don't have to direct everything you're in.
Yeah, most people don't. So usually executive producers.
Right? Yeah, well, I think Michael Bay in Transformers, who was like an extra in a few of them.
It happens. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Directors
And
like to,
Armageddon, I think he was an extra in that. I'm like,
yeah.
good Michael Bay. It's like,
I mean, directors like to do that as little Easter eggs. Like directors like to put
you know, like
themselves
having
into the
Stan
film.
Lee in the Marvel movies, like
Yeah, but like
all
unless
these
you're like
different characters he played, like
unless you're Kevin Smith, who like Kevin Smith will star in his films and direct them, like
Mm.
unless you're that like that he does that like Taika kind of dabbles there a little bit. He does that himself too, where he's like
yeah,
puts
with
himself in the movie and then
yeah, like
and direct them.
Korg and
Well, Boy, Jojo Rabbit.
yeah, Jojo. That's the one I was
Like he
thinking
put,
of.
but like Jojo Rabbit didn't have much in it, but like Boy, he did Boy, and he's like a main
Yeah,
character in that, and he directed that himself. So, you know, sometimes you get, but that's because it was an initial film to start with. But like that's kind of an interesting take to be in it and directing. So, because you're not technically behind the
right.
camera seeing what's going on, seeing if the takes are right. But if you have the right team, I guess it works out. You know,
Well, you're spearheading it, so if you star in it, you know what you want. What you like?
you tell you, well, you got a whole crew. You go, okay, well, this is the film shot we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. You know, because usually the director sits there and they watch the take happen. But if you're in it and you've got
Yeah.
a competent team that's knows what the pan here, we're gonna pan here and stop.
No, but when you
Know
look
what
at the
we're doing.
Jojo Rabbit and all that, like their outtakes and that, like he's going back and forwards. Like he's
Yeah.
watching it, then doing it, then watching it, then doing it. Like
So
he's still
he,
doing the same thing, but
yeah,
he's also involved in the action. Like,
yeah. Because sometimes people do it live, like they'll directors will watch it live
mm.
and see as it unrolls and go, no, change this. Then he kind of does
Yeah,
it, I
but
guess, but he's
he
not.
shoots it, then goes watches
Mm,
it, and
just
then
to double
if he
check.
needs, he'll shoot it again, and
Which does take
it will
up
take
time, but
longer,
it adds
but
more
like
passion to it. It adds
yeah,
passion to the project. And that's what Kevin Smith does as well, so it's pretty cool. Good to see some people. That's feel like if I was to do, that's what I'd do as well. I'd put myself in the movie somewhere and I'd be doing the same kind of thing if I was to be a director. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'd feel like I'd have to be a part of it somehow. It's my movie. You're gonna look like you're getting electrocuted by your pen or something there.
um. Also, John Wick 4 got very heavily reviewed, like 10 out of 10. Like,
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks interesting.
and like it's the best John Wick movie. Like, they just keep getting better and better. And then they ended on 4
Yeah.
for a while. Like, they're putting on ice for a few years or whatever
See
it
what
is.
happens.
They just said they're taking a break from it. So,
Because I don't need to get too carried away.
well, we don't want to have one every few years, like for the next
Yeah.
Marvel.
Don't over milk it.
I mean, they really set a fucking standard, though. Like, all good movies, then they're taking a break,
Because we might have
which
some more
other
games
people should
coming
do
out,
as well.
So there's other media where there's comic books and we might get some games. So.
I heard there's a John Wick game coming.
Hmm.
Other than that Hex bullshit. Whatever, that mobile game.
That
Isn't it a
top
mobile
down.
game? I know it's on mobile, I think. It's on everything.
On
PC and all
mobile.
that. But, yeah, 10 out of 10. I'm keen. It's out soon, like this week, right? No, March 24? Yeah, it's this week. Friday. Let me have a look.
Something
John
like that.
Wick.
How many? But yeah,
I wish I could go to like a debut screening and stuff. Okay, 23rd here. The 23rd it's out in
23rd.
cinemas.
Have we
I kind of want to
done
make a cinema trip just to watch it.
so many points just with my walking? Fuck me. I walked
Hey,
so much, like through the week with my steps. Like for last week's steps, because of yesterday being a big day. Like my last. Oh, where the fuck has my step count gone? Today I did well. Today on my record it has me at 9,000, but my phone died. So I say I would have done maybe 12,000 steps today, maybe more.
oof.
Um, but was it Saturday? Oh my fucking god, this counter is a pain in the ass. I did like 13,000 steps all up.
Oof. Yeah, what's the daily you mean to do? Like 10,000?
Well, they said 10,000, then they were saying like 7,500 is like the healthy medium.
That's a big fucking drop.
Yeah. Oh, the
That's a
fuck.
2,500 fucking foot drop. Yeah.
So I did a total of 32,317 steps for the week. Most of my steps, I
Damn.
don't do many steps. I need to do more again, honestly. Um,
Just do what I do. Just get a exercise bike, but actually use it.
so 13 nearly 13.2.
I
Okay.
found out that actually does work. The
Bike.
exercise bike. I had a step counter on my phone and it was in my pocket, and I was doing the bike.
God. On
I was like,
average,
well, that counted.
normally on average I do about 4,000 steps on average.
Not bad.
I need to do better. Like there are some days there where I've literally done nothing. Well, half time too. I'm not always because on my phone I'm doing stuff without having my phone on me. So on average, I think it's about 4 or 5,000 steps. So I'm close to the. So because there'll be times where it's like, oh, I've only done 100 steps for the day. It's because I haven't had my phone in my pocket. I haven't carried my phone around with me. Like I've
That's
left
why
it
you get
down
the
and gone
watch and
done
do the
stuff.
watch one because your arms move.
Hmm. So and then today was a bit more. So it's not bad. I mean, I do need to pick up again, do some more steps. But yeah, it's just like, it's just exhausting. It's tiring. It's like. Why? I don't want to do that many steps.
It gets it when you get older.
Oh, it's just like I don't want, but I know if I don't, it's gonna be worse when I'm older. I'm like, but yeah,
What?
I don't want to move.
Don't want to move.
I don't want to move.
Become 600 pounds.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. Um, Also, movie news. Remember the show Monk with
Yep.
Tony Shalhoub? That's getting a movie, a reunion movie,
Oh
Mike,
wow, that's cool. That's
with the original cast.
that's like 20 years later. Jeez, 25, 20 years.
About 10 years, 15 years.
10, 15.
Monk finished 2009, didn't it?
Something, I guess.
Monk. 2009? Yeah, fun episode, 2009. It was only a 10-year thing. Well, a little bit over. Had 8 seasons from
Oh,
2002 to 2009.
it'd be 15 years then. Will it? When's it coming out?
14 years. Oh, I don't know when.
Didn't say. It might be 15
Maybe
years.
next year, maybe.
Because
So about 14, 15 years, yeah.
15 because
Mm.
2019 is 10
9 and 4 is 5.
plus 5 is 24.
Mm.
So next year.
Which is cool. Like, I'm fucking keen for some more Monk.
That'd be interesting seeing all the
Tony
characters.
Shalhoub's a bit
come
old
back.
though now.
That's what I mean.
Fucking
It'd be
hell.
so weird seeing them all come back and they're all like old. They're like, fuck. That's crazy.
All in their 60s and stuff now.
A lot
Between the
older.
40s and 60s.
Mm.
Like even the fucking Stottlemyre, like he's fucking like in his 70s, in his 50s back
Yeah.
then.
He's still going. Fuck.
Stottlemyre, like with his fucking moustache.
But yeah, was it fucking. But no, I got my videos anyway. I was going to say for like on the weekend. I was it today I did SeaWorld.
Mm.
Come back to that. I was going to say, I better come back to that. Yesterday we went to the fucking Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary. It wasn't too bad.
What life?
But it was a bit of a pain. There was a bit of miscommunication with how they operate their website and shit. It was kind of a bit of a bummer because when we were talking about going, the assumption of the tickets got like I was keen because like okay, this is basically the ticket was the assumption of like for the session to see the capybaras. How it was worded makes it sound like when you pay 89, like it's like 89.95 for the ticket. Technically, it's for one person, and that's just for the experience after you've paid entry to get in. it's 89.95.
Oh,
But how it made it sound like was it was 89.95 per group per session, but it's per group per person per session. But then they have
oh.
one session, and in that one session, there's only allowed 3 people. So there really isn't a group. They're talking about sessions and groups and all this stuff, which meaning no, there's only one session.
I mean,
There's
technically
only
it's
a
a
group of
group. It's a
yeah,
group of three.
but
Like,
then you're gonna pay 89.95 individually. So we had the assumption that you bought the ticket and you could either go by yourself or have up to 2 other people with you. So it was
that's
total 3
crazy.
people. So the assumption was how we were talking the whole time leading up
That's
to it.
extortion.
Yeah, so we had the assumption the whole time leading up that me and Al were going to go see the capybaras, and we got there for the ticket, we redeemed the thing to go see it, and it was only for her to see. Which, I mean, it made sense it was for her birthday. Like, that was her birthday present, but the assumption was like, how it was worded
You
was,
both are gonna do it. Like,
yeah, we like, she could go and you could take a person with you because it's part of the group. Like, it made it sound like it was a group event, so you paid that thing. And that's what the assumption was. So I had gone under the whole assumption the whole time that okay, we're getting closer and closer. We're gonna see the capybaras. We're gonna see the capybaras, and like finally came to the day to see it. It's like, no, you can't do it because like it's.
yeah,
You're,
that's weird.
I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, this is what we had understanding, and apparently it's not the first time that has been a misunderstanding.
No,
It's
because
like
they don't word it correctly.
no, and it's just like what the fuck, like. I was like okay, cool. Like Al got to do it, but like I had the feeling that I was going to see him as well, and we're going to do it as a
What the
couple
hell is a
thing.
capybara?
It's an ancestor of the guinea pig. They're a large guinea pig. They're huge
Kappa.
capybara. Yeah, Capybara. Capybara. They're
Kappa.
huge.
Oh, it's a rodent. Oh my fuck!
They're huge.
They remind me of a
Big hairy
big
pig.
as a fucking dog.
Yeah, those things are huge. So I mean, it's good that she got to do that. But like, it was just the assumption and the feeling of
It looked like a guinea pig had sex with a fucking wombat.
right. But yeah, so that was the little thing that I
Are
wanted to
they?
bring
Are
up.
they in the wild?
Yeah, they live in the wild. They're South America. They're in America as well. South American people have in America as pets. We can't
They're
really. They're a
they're
wildlife
weird.
species. Like they live in the like what the ones here in Australia. They're all in like zoos and sanctuaries and stuff. So you can't technically
They're
have them on.
fucking 35 to 66 kilos in weight.
They're so friendly. They're so chill though. They're such chill like animals. In the wild, they get along with like every other animal in the wild.
Native to South America.
Mm.
Okay.
But there's people that own them as pets in like South America and America and stuff because they like along that border area, I guess. But yeah, there's people that
Oh, they
actually own
don't.
them as pets. They're in China as well. They're everywhere. I think there must be sanctuaries as well. But yeah, I was just
Yeah,
like,
they don't actually. Someone goes, do they live in Australia? The simple answer is that they live in South America. No, they don't come from Australia. Someone put like, well, could have just said no, not that whole thing. Like, fuck.
I know, just simple no. But yeah, so it's a bit annoying that if we knew that from the wording from the get go, I would have been like, oh, that's fine. Like, but it's just annoying that the assumption was
It
that I
kind
was
of got
thinking
your hype level up. Then it's like,
it did, and I was like, really, I was kind of like bummed and pissed off. I felt so many different emotions. Like, fuck, like I was still happy that my partner was going to do it. I'm like, no, she's doing it. Like,
right?
this is her present. This is her thing. This is her weekend. We've done all this to do this. But like, the understanding was that it was meant to be a group activity. Like that's how it was worded. That it was a group activity. And I said if they're going to charge, like they need to
It's a
word
group
things a
of
bit better.
singles, really. Like,
And then, well, the worst thing is on top of that too. You got to pay like you get there's photos, but then you got to pay for your photos on top of it yourself.
that
No,
should be in the 89 fucking dollars.
89.95, and you get like maybe 15 minutes with them.
That's at least maybe half an hour or an hour's worth, and photos. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's a fucking premium. Like,
Like
Jesus,
eighty
that's
nine
like
ninety
90
five,
bucks.
exactly. Like that should be, like I said, and then the fact that they only have one session like I think it's every weekend or one day of every weekend or something like that. No, Saturday.
So only 3 people every weekend.
Yeah, something like that. It's so limited with how many sessions they have. I think it's it's Saturday Sunday. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's
Is it
basically one
to not
session.
freak them out or like what the fuck?
Like it makes no sense. And the worst problem is the other thing is too is you pay to sit down and pat them and feed them. You're literally doing the staff's job of feeding the feeding the capybaras, and you're paying to feed them. Like, bruh, that should not be. You're there. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? These places. Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
pretty sure it's cheaper to go see a giraffe, pet a giraffe, feed a giraffe. That's all free.
Yeah. You pay
What are
89.
they? Why are they so expensive?
You pay 89.95 to go in an enclosure to feed them what the staff do, but then to pat them and then to sit there to get photos. That you got to buy photos yourself and only get a few bit of time because it's up to them. Like they could be like, nah, I don't want to deal with you, and you're like, oh, that's your experience. Sorry, they didn't want to come close to you, so you couldn't pat them. Like that can happen too. So you could pay 89.95 to be like, I'm gonna see the
They don't even get a
capybaras,
pat or anything. Like you
and then
couldn't pat them, you couldn't feed them. They just sit way
like
back.
that's what I mean. Like imagine if there was a day that someone went there to buy a ticket and they weren't in the mood, and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna come over. Like that
Wow,
could
that'd be
happen.
shit,
That could happen
wouldn't it? Like,
because like they were only there for that amount of time because the
would
capybaras
you
got
get
bored.
your money back for that then? If you don't interact with them, that's a lot for $90 or
Like she
89,
managed to pat
95.
them and stuff, which was good. Like
Yeah,
that's
but
alright.
imagine
But
if they don't do that.
yeah, it's just
You're
like
paying like $90 just to look at them from a distance.
I already do that because you walk on, you can go to a spot and you literally already do that. You're just not in their enclosure. I got videos of it and photos of them and stuff. Like if that's the case, like it's no different to me just walking near them. But
Right?
like, there's a capybara down there. Like I'm just as close. Like fuck.
I feel like they need to change some things.
It's just some places just need to fix their
Why is it a
process up.
group of three just once though? Like,
Well, apparently it's one person per capybara because they get freaked out. I know guinea pigs get freaked out, but these things are like double the size. Like you could do 2 sessions a
they're
day,
more
three
than
sessions a
double.
day. Like
They're as
yeah.
big as a fucking dog, like a border
But you know
collie
what I
and
mean?
shit.
Though? That's
Like,
what the thing that gets me is like they could do multiple sessions in a day and not charge as much, or if they're going to charge as much, have a photo included. And,
have
like...
them spaced out like every 2 or 3 hours. Like you have a group go through, like not
The
just
other thing that
one.
got me too. This is when I was talking to Al with when we were driving back from after going there was when you're there before you start. They come and you literally got to see the person that's running the event. So like there's one of the staff that work there, but they kind of you see them beforehand. They run you through the steps and procedures, and they give you a lanyard that says I'm a participant. When you are done, you give the lanyard back. I was like, what is the purpose of the lanyard? If there's only 3 people that can see capybaras, you meet the guide beforehand. Is someone just gonna be like, I've got a lanyard and I'm gonna sneak in? They'd be like, there's a 4th person here. Oh yeah, it's fine. Like, they know. They literally met the 3 people that are going in beforehand. Why do you need lanyards? If you're not gonna like, I feel like the lanyard should have been a gift to give to the person. They're saying like, I've met the capybaras, but
You
no,
put so much emphasis on the lanyards. And
lanyards.
then
But like, this is what got me. I was like,
lanyards.
I was thinking
Like,
all these outcomes. It's like, is there someone that's like,
that's so weird.
is there someone that's like, just imagine if someone like just faked the lanyard. They got the lanyard. They got the little participation card, and they just snuck in. Like, where they're gonna just be like, oh, you have a lanyard. I didn't talk to you 5 minutes ago when I was talking to the group. You must be part of the group. Is that what's gonna happen? Like, can that really happen? Like, are people that dumb or like, what's the purpose of the lanyard?
I mean, I think maybe yeah.
Like, that's what I don't get though. It's like, why do they need a lanyard that they use for every time a
I'm
person
still
comes to
miffed
participate?
about the. I'm still just weirded out by the 89 just 15-minute fucking visit.
That's what I mean. It's weird.
As if they turn up.
As if they want to come to you exactly. Because you can pat them for 5 minutes, be like, "No, we're done," and they just piss off. Oh, sorry, that's your 5 minute little, and then you get like the person talking to you, the guy talking to you, which if where I'm standing from on the bridge above the
You can hear
enclosure, I can hear the guide giving them all the information, facts, and tips for free. Like, and if I really wanted to, I could have jumped into the enclosure, gone pat pat pat, and just ran off.
I think you might have got tackled or something.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
you
they'd
might
be
have
like, "Can you please leave?" But I was like, "No, fuck that. I would rather have jumped into the enclosure,
you might have been banned.
give it a
Like,
hug, and be like, 'You're banned.' I'm like, "Fuck it, it was worth it." Hug a capybara, but like, "You're never taking me alive."
Pick it up.
And just sitting there like this, like. But like, that's what this is. So
Do
many
they
things.
fucking move?
They grunt. Well, the emu grunts. I saw an emu and it was grunting. It was
Emu's a savage, man.
it was in mating season. Because there's two male emus. That's another story. But yeah, no, I was just like,
I go around.
I'm just like, bruh, what? Like the lanyards really caught me off guard. Because even I was like, why couldn't I get to keep the lanyard? Like it makes no sense. Like that's what I was thinking the whole time. Like they give you a lanyard for the 3 people, and then it's just
I
nothing.
think if you keep it, like, did she mean like keep?
Yeah, that's what like. Why couldn't
I
you
think
keep?
maybe
You
you
could.
can, if you keep it, you can go back in there and just.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, if you, it's like if you had the lanyard and no one's around, you walked in the enclosure, would the staff be like, "Yeah, they're fine. They got the participation lanyard on. They
You
can do
know,
it."
right? Like,
Like, what? Like, why do they need that for the enclosure? Like, the procedure makes no sense. Like, it's you're gonna clearly see three people with three other staff employees, one being a photographer, one being a guide, and the other one's being like a thing. They're gonna be like, is someone gonna be like, that person shouldn't be in there? Like, they're with staff. Like, just because they don't have a bit of green on, they're gonna be like, oh, they
I
need to
mean,
have lanyard. Like, what? What? It makes no sense.
it makes no fucking sense.
No sense. It's just trivial things they do to operate. And don't even get me
I
started
wouldn't
on the
even say it's
photos.
trivial. It's more just
Even then,
stupidity.
I mean, we pay for the photos because they end up being like $5 a photo. We got 3 photos.
It's
But
not
like,
too
you
bad.
walk in, there's the thing at the front on the way out.
That
They're
should
on
be
the
included in
wall.
your 89 though.
Well, this is the problem though. They're on there's the gift shop. There's a section outside the gift shop where you grab your photos from off the wall. You grab them and you take them inside and pay for them. What? There was nothing stopping me from grabbing the photos, walking through the gift shop, and just leaving. There was literally nothing stopping me from doing that.
Have, that's a common thing everywhere though. Like some people just have that. Like it's your responsibility to get it and take it back.
That's what I mean. There's so many things for like being in a store. I could being like to a point I can understand because you can see stuff on the shelves. There's cameras, but like you're grabbing an item from outside the shop where there's very minimal cameras. Then you're walking through. It even says no photography. But like, what's stopping you from taking the photo anyway? Like, are they going to come over and be like, you cannot be taking that photo. Delete it from
They're
your
gonna
camera.
select your
Like,
camera
I'm like, I looked around. I'm like, I don't see no cameras.
because you know in shows and movies how they just smack it. Like they're gonna
Yeah.
do that maybe.
They're just gonna have that person just magically appears out of nowhere and slaps it out of my hand. Like,
No photos.
well, if once I've taken the photo, you have no right to like touch my phone and my property to delete it.
If they do that, they owe you a new fucking phone.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it's
If they
just
fucking smack it or they take it
some
or
of these processes just make no sense. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just weird. It just
none of them do. I think they're kind of outdated then, like way back in the day, maybe like years ago, that they've just decided to I don't know. It's weird. It makes no sense. I thought other places did it better though. Don't they? Like, maybe that's not here though. I've never been to a park, so I don't know.
One of those wildlife sanctuary parks things.
Oh, I've been to one park. I've been to a high school one. When I was in high school, we went to one. Duns Plains. Fucking cool. There was a camel and it spat on someone, one of the classmates.
Llamas are even
It was
better.
chewing. Someone decided to tease it, so it went
Give him the old.
burned right in the face.
Oh, that's perfect. Calm and bit them in the ass with the.
He was surprised. Like, why the fuck did I do that? Like, you just pissed it off, man. Like,
Exactly. Don't do it when it's doing that. When it's doing that chewing thing, watch the fuck out. You don't have
'cause
to.
you're gonna get
You don't
fucking
even have
spat
to.
at.
You don't even have to tease it. It will just spit at you. I know llamas will. Llamas are ruthless. They don't give a
Llamas
fuck.
just-
You see them doing that, they'll fucking you stand the fuck back because like you don't even want to be near it. But you watch them. You sometimes you see it from a mile away and they'll be there looking at you, going, you're like, "Don't you dare come near me!" And they slowly just start. And they're like, "Don't you fucking come near me!" And they'll walk right up to you and be like, and spit in your face. Those
Yep.
fuckers, they're fucking.
Exactly.
They're
It fucking
savage.
stinks.
They're savage.
It's
Llamas
just grass and stomach stuff, like
spit.
because they swallow, then regurgitate it back up and like
Chew it
it,
and then swallow it and then yeah, until it gets to a
it's
nice.
just messed up, man. Like,
That's what those noises are half the time. Is them
it's-
regurgitating.
yeah, that weird
Yeah, that's
growling and
I'm
shit.
not
Like,
crazy. They're so chill and just throwing up. They're like, yeah, it's fine. And us as a human, if we do,
well, we do that.
so say, but we
Fine,
spit it
like-
out. We don't swallow it back down. I mean, we do sometimes, but it's tastes like shit. We don't need to swallow it back down. When we vomit, like it's designed to come up. Like it's not designed to be like, some type come up and then back down. You
Yeah,
know?
there's just grass and a bit of stomach acid
Cows
and
and all that. They're designed to.
stuff they've been chewing.
Bang, 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 bang.
Because they just store it in their cheeks. They just start fucking munging on it. Like,
Chewing tobacco.
yeah, pretty much it.
Bit of
But
chewing
we're
tobacco.
civilized. We spit into a fucking tin.
They don't have tins.
They just spit at people, at
Ground,
things.
anything, other animals, each other. Fucking wild.
That's a weird mechanic they have that though. It's just like they just start spitting. Like,
It's a hard bit that I can't digest properly. Let's spit it.
Yeah,
Too much of a chunk. Whatever.
we just chuck it up. Technically, we are spitting it.
Technically, I guess.
It's just funny how the body reacts like that. It just comes up. If something's not meant to be there, it just straight out.
It'll come out. One of the ends, it will come out. It's not meant to be there.
Yeah. Just hopefully it's not the other end because that's a,
It's even worse.
diarrhea is fucking stupid.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea is
Diarrhea. Diarrhea.
Diarrhea is one of the worst fucking things you can have.
Actually, I don't know if you've got much else there, but I do want to bring up another thing.
What?
So I don't know if
I
you got anything else
talking
there.
about Chelsea.
No, I don't know if you got anything else there, but I wanted to bring something else up. So
Yeah.
this afternoon when we're coming back, I was listening to the radio in the car, and they were doing like the footy announcements, whatever was going on. And
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
one of the games were playing. So I was on Triple M, I think it was. I was listening to.
Triple M is so good.
They're just commentating the game was playing, whatever was going on. Just listening to it, and they had like I guess one of the one of the times. It was like a halftime happened or something happened, but they're like it was just a whole bunch of like banter between the narrators, like the commentators, and they're just talking back and forth, and they had like the music playing, but how the beat was playing in the background, and they're just talking. It sounded like it was that perfect that for the whole God knows I was just mesmerized because it sounded like while they were talking that they were rapping. They're like, and the goal comes in, and they get the score, and it's just how they're just talking. But you know, rappers talk.
But that beat behind.
Yeah, the beat was going with it. So when they were saying everything, and everything kind of almost every like word, sentence, like rhymed almost with the following word. So like everything they were saying, I don't think it was intentional, but it was perfect. And then it cut to the other bloke, and he was talking, and he was doing the same thing. And they cut to a different commentator, and then they finished talking, and they went back to the game, and they're like, and he's on the field, and he's coming real quick, and he's looking so fast, he's got the kick. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like they're even rapping with the thing while they're married, like they were commentating. Like Sunshine's coming in for the, he's real fast, he's coming quickly, and he's got the kick, and it's like in it, but it was like there was a beat going on with that too, and I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? I was mesmerized because it sounded like they were like, it was like a cool rap, and I was like, fuck, I want to listen to this. Like I could listen to like someone just narrating, commentating fucking sports as long as there was a beat behind it, and it made it sound like it was a rap, and I was like, these dudes have got it without even fucking trying. Like these guys could go into a rapping career or something like without even thinking about it. Like they're just talking. But it's just like they had rhythm to it when they were talking. Like their talking had rhythm.
Yeah, because
everything.
it's just a flat thing. Like they don't go up. Well, they do get excited, but it's when big things happen. But it's just like a flat thing, and it's like.
Yeah, cause it was a bit like that, but it wasn't. It was the more balanced. So like these commentators they had were actually flowing with their conversations. Like like it was like a nice steady bump, not just like that. Like it wasn't like that. It was nice steady.
Yeah.
And the beat was like
just during general play, it's just a flat.
And yeah, it was like dope. And then just like I said, how they were talking, the words were matching up with the rhyming, and I was just like, bro, I don't think these guys know.
Man.
Like, I don't think these guys know what they got going on right now. And they're just having a general conversation, and it sounded
got the phone out, start recording.
Yeah, I wanted to, but my phone was dead. And I'm trying to like charge it. It's like fucking get in the car, plug it, charge up. I was like, fuck.
Get in the car.
And I didn't even say to like start driving off, and I was like, still listening to it. And I'm like, I don't even know why I'm listening to the sports. I don't listen to this. And I was like, it sounded like my dad. I'm like, I don't even like sports that much. But I'm listening to it in the car, and I didn't explain why. But like, I was like, if they did this all the time, I reckon I'd watch sports. If they like the commentators were like, like were rhyming the way like that, like with the beat and stuff, like I'd watch it more often. I feel like it mesmerizes.
I mean, there's not usually a beat behind it. That's the weird part.
Yeah, they had like a segment where they cut through and they're like had a little beat playing behind it, like
like there's not usually a beat. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
It must have been just a nice little low volume.
Yeah, it was, and just how they were talking was just like with it, and it was like with the beat perfectly, and it sounded like they were doing like some rapping and shit, and I was like, damn, rapping and rhyming, like they were rhyming. But it felt like it was like some freestyle, like that's what it felt like. It was like they were freestyling.
The freestyling commentators.
Yeah, I might even try and look it up after the potty if I can. I don't know how I'd find it, but I don't know if you can because it was
that's like, just every commentator they let on Triple M. It's the oh fuck! It's the way the mics are. It sounds like it's coming through like a old radio.
Yep.
And that's like it's just a. I don't know. It's just weird. Like,
yeah, because they fucking. Oh, it was dope. I was like, fuck yeah.
It's weird because
time was that? It was
It's
like
not every radio station has that. Like it's only the Triple M
about two. Because it
station.
was what would have been playing today? Because it was about 2:40. It was about 3 o'clock today. Who was playing? I don't know who was playing today.
Brisbane in that? No, Essendon and Hawthorn.
I don't know
Hawthorn.
what game it was, but it was some footy game.
Yeah,
I'll have a
Hawthorn,
look.
Essendon, Saints, or
I'll have a look after the
and
potty.
something.
You got
Frio.
you got any other stuff there?
Oh, okay, that'd be odd one. Fuck. Um, Far Cry 5 5th anniversary,
Yes.
and they're getting a free next gen patch out to PS5, Series X and S, and I think PC.
Yep.
Um, when I don't know when that is though, but it's this year sometime with 60 FPS and updated resolution to like 4K, I think. So that's fucking cool.
That's pretty cool.
All for free.
For free.
For free.
For free.
Exactly. I'm like, they didn't have to do that.
No, that's amazing that they're doing that. That's what I was shocked.
Free update.
Because you're like earlier when you told
FPS
me,
pump.
you're like, the Far Cry 5 is getting an update. I'm like, why do they need an update for? It makes no sense. I'm like, and then you're like, well, I got an next. I'm like, well, that makes sense. They're getting a next gen update. That actually
I'll
makes
save
sense.
it for the potty, but I was just telling you they're getting an
I was
update.
like, oh, I was confused. Like, what? Why they need to update a game?
I
That's
was
old.
confused.
But that makes sense when they're doing a next gen compatibility thing. Like that's understandable.
All devs should, if it don't charge for it, just make it free. They already own the
Exactly.
game.
Exactly. Just patch the game. Let's update the patch. Update
If you
with
buy the game, you get the patch. Unless it's the Outer Worlds, Space's Choice. That is dog shit.
just a shitty.
I've heard. That is bad, I've heard. Like, people don't want to play it. They say don't install the next gen patch.
Oh really?
So, I mean,
I'm going bold.
yeah, slowly.
No, not really. I don't think it's much.
It is compared to that side. Like, it happens, bro.
You look like Vegeta.
No, he has more of a point.
I know.
He is like literally.
It's only going like that because that's how my part sits. See, like it's
Yeah.
that's my hair part.
Your hair part.
It's my part. That's why it looks like that because it's my part.
It's your part.
It's where my part starts. Like a fart.
Part starts. Part starts. Part
You
starts.
got anything else for the week?
I don't.
Oh, that's it. I don't
This
have
is
anything
very. I done nothing to play Fallout.
else. I thought this was my busy weekend. Kind
Wait,
of
did
thing.
I finish? I'll watch this
Yeah,
week.
you did. I think it was this week, wasn't it?
I think so. I finished Platinum Hogwarts Legacy.
Nice. So you
I
got the
did
platinum
that,
flag?
and now it's Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And then
interesting.
next Friday comes out is Resident Evil 2, 4. Fuck. Resident Evil 4.
Why did I know before you said 2 you were going to say 2? Because before you said it, I mouthed Resident Evil 2, and I don't think you were looking, because you were looking at the camera, like, all excited, which I knew I wouldn't have been able to manipulate. But as I said it, you said Resident Evil 2, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know why 2 came out. I think because I watched Bushido play 2.
Maybe. I do need to get 2. So I can have it go with
You
3.
didn't get 2.
And then get 4.
You didn't get 2?
Get them on PlayStation, I think. Get them
on the PlayStation.
Get them on their
you
respectable platforms.
I mean,
Oh, actually, before we wrap this up, I do want to talk about people on Twitter and carrying on like they always do. I'm not going to comment on people's stuff anymore.
they're carrying on.
I'll like when you retweet their posts and stuff. All these Xbox and PlayStation, whatever's going on between those two.
Who's retweeting?
You retweeted earlier. You retweeted those
Oh.
posts, and just looking at the comments and people just carrying on. Like, you usually get involved.
I retweet a lot of things.
I'm not gonna troll them. But
No,
like,
do it.
but it's funny as though because they're going about all the stuff like that post share was like, you know, PlayStation helped build up companies, Xbox is just buying companies, and people are like,
Oh,
but then
that.
this,
So you
Yeah, I
you
did see
did
it.
see it.
and then I look and read through people's comments, and people bring up all these facts, and then there's like the one was like, oh, but you know, Xbox helped bring up Call of Duty. If that's the case, because they sold a lot more, like, okay, they may sell. Well, there was like one of the Call of Duty. It was Skyrim. There's like Call of Duty and Skyrim, something like that. I'll come back to the Call of Duty one in a second. So there's the Skyrim one where they're like, okay, Skyrim sold more copies on Xbox. Kind of makes sense because you're gonna have the original fan base there. But from an ever-existing period of time after that, there's been more copies sold on PlayStation than there is Xbox because more people have
Yeah.
gotten into it. The COD thing, on the other hand, that made me laugh when I was talking about like, oh, the whole, COD's always worked well or something like that. Okay, yeah, COD sold on both consoles, but what community based has stuck around to COD games more? PlayStation. You go back to, and I was gonna make a video on this and I didn't do it, but I will tell you now. Any of you Xbots that are listening to this, I wanted to tweet about it, but you look at any of the old COD games that have the service still up. You jump on there on Xbox, they're literally dead. You'll barely find any players. You go
You
to
know that
PlayStation.
from experience.
Yes. You go to PlayStation, you can find games left, right, and center. There are some rough moments. I'm not saying it's all perfect, but you're more likely to find players on PlayStation on any of the Black Ops games. For one, is a big one. So any of the Black Ops that have multiplayer service still running, or like Blackout, you can find lobbies. You go to Xbox. I sat my Xbox on for hours trying to find a match on Blackout on the exact same time period when I was watching people playing, like matching time zones to matching people that were playing on PlayStation that were streaming it, and they're finding games left, right, and center. I tested it
Yep.
on Xbox to think, okay, these people are streaming it. I'll try and find on Xbox. I had it running for hours without finding a single match because no one was on there. The community was dead. Yeah, okay, if it may come to Game Pass, the communities may come back to life. That's not a certain, but that's older games. When it's older games, that's a plus where I see things coming to Game Pass to revive games if they're going to be
Yeah.
supported.
Right.
Because it still comes down to the developers to support the servers to allow people to play on them. If they don't want to support it, those games become redundant. So you can still have things come to Game Pass and whatnot.
I mean, not really. Not if it's a perfect done, like it's all done, and
Yeah.
they're just playing it now. Like that
But
doesn't mean it's bad.
you can still have games to come to Game Pass, right? With all these acquisitions that are going and whatnot, you can still have a game because Microsoft's like, oh, we like now if they own part of it, like if they, the whole buyout of Activision thing, that comes to a point where Microsoft goes, oh, we're going to put this on Game Pass. They can do that, but then it requires the developer to keep supporting the game by bringing the servers up, keeping updates going. It gives them extra work. Who's paying them that money? If Microsoft isn't paying them extra money after they've already given a lump sum to release it, who's paying that money? That's why we end up getting all these weird things like free to play and stuff to games in to support themselves. So they become these free to play systems with fucking money.
The people buy what's in the
microtransactions and stuff.
in the games.
It's just like half these people that talk just don't understand what they're saying because they don't understand the environment. There's a lot of these people that go like, yeah, okay, it's good for the consumer, but not for the business. At the end of the day,
Also, Black
a lot
Ops
of
2 and that are still heavily played, but they're hacked.
yeah, yep, a lot of hacks. It's
They got
fun.
all the fucking hacks. They got people running.
Everyone's
Black Ops
excuse.
2?
Everyone's excuse.
And running
I
around
keep
shooting the air,
seeing-
killing people. Like,
Everyone I keep seeing, especially with Xbox, is like, it's everything they do is like, it's great for consumer. It's great for consumer. Okay, it's great for consumer. We get that. It's cheaper than buying actual games. But if you're not buying those actual games,
who
it
cares
doesn't
then?
actually
Like-
show what they're doing. It doesn't show your support because they're not making those extra dollars. That's the whole point of what keeps these industries afloat. And it's going to be sad to see because everything's going to be pushed to Game Pass, and we're going to start seeing all these struggling studios die more, and we're going to be wondering why, what's going on, and we're going to see them jump ship to either
We know
PlayStation
why.
to try and survive. And we know why already. It's Game Pass.
Square
Game
Enix
Pass
already
is
fucking
killing
doing it.
Like it's already happening. Like it's
Square
suffering.
Enix won't release stuff on. Well, Octopath Traveler 2, that was on Xbox, and the sequel's on PS and Nintendo. And
Yes.
PC, I think.
Because there's no player base.
No
showed-
one played it on Xbox.
And, they know
And
people
just
will-
think, that's got to keep continuing.
you're gonna have a lot of people pulling
Hence why
out.
Final Fantasy's not on there. Like,
And it's not a PlayStation thing. This is the developers. And they remember, they got to end of the day, you remember.
because
it's the
the deal that
developers.
PlayStation made for that 1 year
Developers.
exclusivity only goes for that 1 year. After that, they could have released Final Fantasy VII Remake on Xbox,
They can
but
choose
they
to
haven't.
do that. They can choose to do what they want. It's the developers. They're not paying anything. They're not bribing anyone. Like, people got to wake up and stop making these bullshit
As soon as that
stories.
exclusivity deal goes through, it's done. They got no hold over it. Like,
Exactly, and that's the same thing with the whole COD deal. Being like, oh, you can have COD for 10 years. Okay, what happens if they decide, Xbox goes, we don't want to renew this 10-year license anymore, it's ended for you. Like, they
Yep.
can't do nothing. No one can do anything. That's what PlayStation is trying to support, and it's not just against this whole COD thing. They're trying to fight the industry. PlayStation is trying to make a stand for everyone else in the company, in like not their company, but like business, like of gaming. Like they're trying to because if they
No,
allow
but don't
Microsoft to
forget
do
they
this,
did bring up the fact about they got the FTC thinking that Bethesda aren't trustworthy because of Bethesda stuff, the whole ZeniMax deal, and they said
shutdowns and
blah blah blah,
Horizon
and
changes and stuff. Yeah,
now they're like thinking, oh, hold on,
exactly. Like you can't
they're doing the
trust them.
exact same thing for that they did for this Activision deal now for the fucking ZeniMax one,
Yeah, exactly.
and they know what happened there.
Games changed and staff were lost jobs and what's going to happen when Activision takes over? Like, how many people are going to lose their jobs? We've already seen
There's
it
a fuck
happen.
ton of people there.
We've already seen recently with all the jobs they've cut, and people have had to jump ship and go to different studios and try and find ways.
Exactly.
Like,
It's gonna be a bit messy.
yeah, okay. At
Well,
the end of
three
the day,
four
yeah, it's
three.
great
A
for
lot of them
consumer.
got
You don't
cut
have to
because of this
worry. You don't
deal.
have to
Like,
worry about the industry, but you do. You want to be a consumer. You got to remember if you don't support the wholesale of these goods, there is going to be no goods. Exactly like you're like, oh, it's good for consumer buying. Oh, we're going to buy somewhere else. Well, then if you're going to buy everywhere else, then no one's going to like. If everyone stopped buying McDonald's, McDonald's would shut down because they have no seller, they have
yeah,
no consumer.
exactly,
So
exactly.
it's you gotta it's the cost of things. Like
I
we've
said
already seen
about
it happen
that
like stuff like
thing. I was gonna make that fucking. It's not even a meme. It's more of a fact. Have like have Phil Spencer taking games off Jim Ryan. I was like, they're for everybody.
yeah.
That's what they're doing. Want people to play more games on everything, but yet you're taking it from PlayStation.
We want
Like,
to give games to everyone. We're here to bring everything to you. Yeah, you know what we're talking about, but we want to give everything to everyone. That's dude, bro, Phil, my guy. Phil, who talks like
but
that?
but
I
I've
know
got
I
nothing
can
against
understand.
Phil. I think
No, but like I don't
because
know if
he's not
he's.
just
I don't
because
know if
he's
he's
not still second tier to like they're like Brad Smith and that. Like,
he's in there as being smart. He knows what he's doing. You gotta trust him. You gotta trust him. You know he loves PlayStation. He loves PlayStation. You know he loves it. He wants to bring all the games to PlayStation. Like that interview, you gotta look the fuck. You guys haven't seen that interview. You need to watch it if you find it. That fuck, I don't know what the fuck it was. But you see him at the start of the interview and he's talking. He's just like talking like this, looking like this, and he's just his head bobbling around. He's a bobblehead. But he gets started about certain topics, and his bobblehead goes to while he's talking. Well, I didn't realize a bobblehead went to a twist head when you
right?
said certain stuff, and then you'd bobble again, and you start talking about something, and then you start becoming a no head. Like that's a bit sus. That's a bit sus. That's body language.
I sure didn't notice it till you fucking pointed it out though. I was like, I mean, I kind of did. I was like, hey, he's just freaking bobbling, but no.
He's bobbling away, and then he starts shaking his head. The difference between the bobbling, which I can understand having a bit of shaky shake, but he's literally clearly
But like,
shaking his head no. Like
just talk
he's
normally, like this. Like
you don't have to
you don't need
shake.
to be going
Like
to
he's
everything.
yeah, body language, man. Shivering in his
Body
boots.
language.
Is that a Phil Spencer bobblehead confirmed by Funko?
I'm surprised it's not already.
Right? Can we just have like all
Oh,
the?
they're only bubbleheads
Can
though.
we have like all
Like
the
actual
head execs? So like we have like Phil Spencer, who's the one of PlayStation. I don't
Jim
know.
Ryan.
Jim Ryan. So like have like have a collection of Funko Pops of Phil Spencer and Jim Ryan and and then fucking Donald Mustard.
Hey, Donald Duck.
Donald Mustard from fucking Epic and
Donald Mustard Duck.
have your fucking Bill Gates and your fucking Steve Jobs. Or your bobbleheads. Just a collection. I love me a Steve Wozniak. That'd be cool.
This one. Was it this one?
Yeah, I do have my own bobblehead, something that I made sometime, but it's fucking heavy. Trying to add the stuff to it because I used like clay.
Was that with the 3D printer?
No, it was like I bought one of those customized where Funko literally sold blank pops so you could make your own, and I like got the clay and
Oh.
stuff, and I put a beanie on his head to give him the head and stuff, and then I had the beard and stuff, and it was all made out of clay, and so it made it really fucking heavy, and it was top heavy, and it would always fall over.
Top heavy.
One day the beard snapped when it fell, so Be better
Big
if I had
snap.
it would have been better if I had 3D printed parts. I could have stuck onto them. Would have been way better.
My
But
big
anyway,
snap one day.
that's me rambling on more than enough. I think. Ranting, rambling, or ranting.
Ramb Ramblanting. Ramblanting.
Rambling, rambling.
Rambling dong.
It's a twist. What a twist!
Um,
I don't know.
you, you, you freaking done. Oh, my chest,
Next minute you fall off your chair back with the whole
my
thing.
chair, my carpet.
It's
I
dragging
can't
it.
move my chair. Um, yes, 150. We made it. Now we can delete the channel.
Oh, delete. Do you only get to see the episode? They won't even know. Like, why is the channel gone?
Oh yeah.
If it was a stream, you would have just
That's
blanked channel gone.
that's an inside joke. That is. Fuck.
Fucking
That's
hell.
the best inside joke. 150. The channel's gone. Boop.
No one even knows.
Fuck.
Yeah, fucking
But
hell.
yes, on this, I'm not going to drag anything out any further. But as always, appreciate you beaters and beatettes for joining us on 150. That's what Dad's doing to the beaties and beatettes right now.
You gotta figure out which one's which.
Oh, true, yeah. Um, we we appreciate you listening, watching. We have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye. Fucking